Hey, Cornbread review off the bat, bro. You might not like my review then, man. Yeah, so all in all, man, I ended up coming up 2.5 out of 5. Two of them things. Yo. 5 out of 5 cornbreads for the Cornbread review. What you think?
Yo, welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. Yes, sir. Yes. So somebody woke me up. Yes. Screaming at me. And they said, I better get on this review. So who am I to not give them what they want, man? So Fame, welcome back to Cornbread Movie Review. What's up, man?
Thank you for having me. What's going on, everybody? Fam here from Red Streamcast, and I am back with more of the little things in life that you love to talk about. Cornbread is made differently. Fame is built different. Today, we got all the cornbread. We got all the cornbread. We got all the cornbread. We got cornbread. We ready to cook. We are ready to cook. We ready to bake. We ready to throw down. I've been waiting for this. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Don't disrespect.
Bring on this review. Bring that ass here. I need it. I need this review. Wake up. Let's go.
I love it. Definitely, man. Oh, yeah. What? I've been doing a lot of things with Red Streamcast. So make sure y'all like and subscribe to them first off. And then while you there, just subscribe and like to my channel too. Cornbread.
Yes, sir. Come on, don't leave this video without subscribing. Don't leave this video without leaving a like and leaving a comment, because we are getting into it today.
Absolutely. So for the listeners out there, spoilers, bro. Come on, man. We ain't gonna tell everything, but we gotta discuss. We might have to debate. I don't know where this is gonna go. So might be a few spoilers spilt. So make sure you watch the movie, or it's okay if you've seen this and then go watch the movie, right? So today, what movie are we gonna talk about, bro?
We are talking about the movie that everybody's been talking about, one of the more hype movies this year. I'm talking about The Batman.
The Batman, ladies and gentlemen, it is out. Highly anticipated for me, and I think highly anticipated for the haters. You know, yes, people, as soon as they heard they was making another Batman, I hate it already. That was 3 years ago. Like, bro, relax. Calm down, bro.
Michael Keaton in it.
I hate it already, man. So a few housekeeping rules. This movie is PG-13. All right. So taking the preteen and all that stuff is cool. You know, you're not gonna get any issues. Really, no sex scenes. Might be a kiss scene in here, you know, once or twice. And then it's also in theaters. So it's not on any streaming platforms. You're gonna have to go out to the movies to watch it. In certain areas, they raising the ticket prices like gases, bro. So hey, you might want to get your ticket early or go on an off day and you'll be all right. Anything else you want to discuss before we get into it, man?
And I'm ready to get dirty. Let's go. Let's get right to it.
If this is the first time to the channel, understand that Cornbread does each movie in 5 different categories. All right. Each category the best you can get is 5. So it's acting, cinematography, storytelling. Did I get what I bought? And then is it a must see? So the first category we are going to start with today is acting. All right. Who is in this movie? We got Robert Pattinson, man. First off, I know he got a lot of hate, first off, because everybody sees him as Twilight. That's how he was known. Understandable. And I've seen all the Twilights. Cornbread's seen everything. So I've seen all the Twilights. I understand, right? So in this, he plays, obviously, Batman, Bruce Wayne. I'm gonna give my ratings on each character too, because we definitely gonna talk about that, bro. And he was narrating the movie for like the first 20 minutes, and then it stopped. So that's very confusing, and we'll get into storytelling with that. Mm-hmm. Also, we have Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Right. Always beautiful, always does her thing. To me, she played Catwoman. To me, I wish we had more Catwoman. We kind of got her character and not more Catwoman. And once again, we'll get into more of that. But what do you think about some of the actors, some of the characters? Anybody else you want to highlight from this movie?
Wow. So I mean, you already touched on Robert Pattinson, and we'll dissect him in a minute. We got to give it to Paul Dano as the Riddler. I mean, my God.
Yep.
My God, this guy. First off, he has like he's like 37. He has like a baby face. Like,
Facts.
I'm like, man, this guy just looks like a nice guy, but it's like he also is kind of creepy. So Paul Dano, Jeffrey Wright. I mean, I've been watching Jeffrey Wright do movies since I remember Shaft. As when he was Peoples. You kill me, you kill my brother, you kill me, you kill me. Right? Yeah. Jeffrey Wright is a dog, man. And that's one thing. I've never seen a Jim Gordon the way depicted, especially in the movies, the way they did Jeffrey Wright. When I say they did Jim Gordon justice, wow. Zoe Kravitz, we're gonna touch on her too, because I'm gonna touch a little bit more on her. Outside of that, but the only other person I would say is Colin Farrell, man. Colin Farrell was phenomenal as the Penguin. Whoa, I'm like, bro, this is. I didn't get enough of Alfred though. I didn't get enough Alfred. True. And I'm a little upset because that's a pretty big character and actor who portrayed him. So I'm like, bro, that was Smeagol, that was King Kong, that was goodness, I'm gonna say Killmonger, not Killmonger. Goodness gracious, I can't remember his name.
Planet of the Apes.
He was he was Caesar. I'm trying to think of his name in Black Panther. I can't remember his name right now. Claw, Ulysses Claw. Yeah, so it's right, like, dude, this dude was huge, but his role was kind of, and I feel like there was cut scenes, but we'll get into that with cinematography. But acting, I would say, we're not getting our scores yet. I'm sorry, but yeah, those are the people that I like really looked out at beside Robert Pattinson.
I agree. I think the acting overall, they had the characters who could knock this out the park, right? Unfortunately, at least for me, this movie was built around Batman. So those pivotal parts weren't for those characters. And just like you said, we have great characters, man, give them something. Because, don't give them, all right, they got blown up and then now they just in the hospital. Like, all right, we understand, but you're playing a pivotal character and you're a Class B, Class C actor. They can act. Yeah. Let them flourish. Like I said, more with Catwoman, she's playing Catwoman, but she was only Catwoman to me in like 2 or 3 scenes, but she was her regular character. They did a little bit more character development with her, which was good for Catwoman. I think that's needed, especially it opens up the doors for spinoffs or sequels for her, because you want to dig more into that. But for me, man, I'm gonna say Batman. Robert Pattinson, bro, you get probably, if I have to rank Batman, you get a 4.5 out of 5 for me in this movie. Mm-hmm. Bruce Wayne, you playing Bruce Wayne, you probably get a 2.5. Your ass. Bruce Wayne, you act like you're like a cokehead, like sad puppy.
Cook cornbread, cook.
I don't understand. Whenever you Batman, you can't nobody see you. You MVP. When you Bruce Wayne, now you the water boy. Like, I don't understand the difference. Like, your confidence should be either one. If anything, Batman should give you more confidence, right? Like I should be on 9. When I'm Batman, I'm 10. When he's Bruce Wayne, he's a 3. And then he's Batman, he's a 20. So I'm very confused on that. But overall, for acting category, I think we could have got more from the talent that we had. So I hope maybe in the sequel, we might get more from those characters, but 3.5 out of 5 for acting, totality of the whole characters. What do you rate this, Fame?
Wow. It's like, I felt like we were in the movies together. The way you just rated that, it felt like you were in the movies with me. When I went to go see this movie, I saw it in like IMAX, like the big old theater.
Right.
So, the sound is there, all the special effects and boom. Mm-hmm. When he's Batman, I'm vengeance.
Yep.
Bruce Wayne, it's I'm like, what? I did not hear.
Facts.
I'm like, the problem is we got Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We got Batman through and through, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. But we got Edward from Twilight as Bruce Wayne. That was my fear. That's what I kept trying to warn people. I'm like, bro, I don't think he can get out of that shadow. Mm-hmm. I've never seen him be like the flamboyant, kind of like Tony Stark, but not Tony Stark. Like just be cocky, put on that kind of facade.
Like the 007 type of character.
Yeah, be cool with it. Like Robert Pattinson cannot be cool. He can only be emo. He can only be sad, depressed. Well, it's only year 2. Shut up. I don't care if it's year 2.
Even in Inception, he was like that same character, like you said.
Right. It's like, I can't.
Or not Inception. I'm sorry. What's the new one that just came out?
Robert Pattinson?
He was in it. Not Inception. It's kind of like The Matrix and stuff like that when you have to double back. Tenet. I'm sorry, Tenet.
Oh, Tenet. I haven't seen Tenet.
So okay. So in Tenet, he's kind of like the same character.
Yeah, man, I can't buy into Robert Pattinson. I can't do it. But for the bad with him, Because I'm sorry, the acting with him as Bruce Wayne was garbage. You cannot convince me. It was garbage. Top tier garbage. What balanced him out, I don't care what nobody says. Zoe Kravitz held that down as Selena Kyle. Now, what I hope DC doesn't do is, you know what she did really good? Let's make a spinoff, because they'll do stupid shit like that. Please don't make a spinoff. Zoe Kravitz was hands down the best Catwoman we've had. Sorry, Halle Berry. Sorry, Anne Hathaway, who was just terrible. Sorry, Michelle Pfeiffer. Zoe Kravitz held that down, and she didn't get enough screen time. But her reasoning behind why she was doing things, we'll touch on in storytelling, it was perfect. I'm like, wow, she's not coming off as some seductress, sensual person. She's just cool with it. She's nice with it. I loved her. Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon also helped balance out the bad Bruce Wayne. Man, he was there every step of the way. So I love that. And even, I'll say this, even the cops surrounding Batman, great actors, because you felt those tense moments with them, bro. What is he doing here? It wasn't like, oh, look, it's Batman. No, it was like, bro, what you doing here, bro? Like, no, bro, you're not a cop. Get out. So, bro, I have to give this. I give it a 4 out of 5. And I give it a 4 out of 5 because everybody did great to me when it comes to acting, except Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. And that is important. That is so important. That's why you get knocked down a peg. I can't give you a 5 out of 5. I can't.
I got you. So Fam get you a 4 out of 5 in this category. Cornbread gave you a 3.5 out of 5 in acting. Next category, we got to talk about cinematography. All right. How does it look? How was the sound? Did all the gadgets come through? Stuntman, all that is wrapped up in this. All right. So for me, this movie was 2 hours and 50 minutes, probably 55 minutes. So definitely go use the bathroom before you watch it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It ain't one of those 1 hour and 50 minutes and all those things. So you're going to be there for a minute, which I like too. And then also this budget was 200 million. So they didn't cut no corners. Whatever they wanted to produce, especially with acting scenes and things like that, they went with it, right? You didn't feel like, oh, it was cut behind the scenes. So I'll let you go first in this category. Cinematography. What'd you think about everything?
So I thought that, for one, that the music and even the way they lay out the beginning of the movie, how it's like kind of tense. It's like you could be doing something you know you're not supposed to be doing at night. And you don't know if he's there in the shadows. So that kind of thriller horror element was there for me. And I was like, yes, this is what I've been wanting for a Batman movie. Make it dark, make it gritty. I love that. I like that I love. And so what I've talked with Cal about, shout out to Cal, is that I hope for a sequel, we get kind of like a horror element. Bring in some other characters like Man-Bat, bring in Zaz the Killer, make it a serial killer type vibe, but make it raise the stakes a little bit. That's all I'm saying. So I love that theme. I love the crime scene, the crime theme. This is the best Batman movie when it comes to crime and him being a detective. This is the best Batman movie with that, hands down. I'll give that. My issue, you said this movie was 2 hours and 55 minutes. You might as well just round up this movie was 3 hours. You might as well just say this movie was 3 hours long. Because when you add in the previews, because I saw like 1,600 previews, this movie is 3 hours long.
Facts.
No movie, especially a superhero movie, should be 3 hours long.
Okay.
I'm not here to see a Martin Scorsese film. Bro, give me what I need. And on top of that, I know that they cut out scenes. You can tell they cut out scenes.
True. That's true.
I was like, bro, this movie has to be like 3 hours 30. Has to be like a cool 3 hours 30 with all the scenes. But as far as the grittiness, when the stakes were raised, when we got to the climax, I thought it was great. Like the fighting sequences were fantastic.
And I agree. Some highlights from me: the hand-to-hand combat. I love it, especially Batman only fights with his elbows. He should be elbow man. That's it. That's all he fight with. That and gadgets. He really needs to rethink this no gun policy, because he was getting messed up. I really love that. Even the cinematography, where the whole screen is black and you only see movement on the muzzle flashes. Beautiful, right? A lot of issues that I have with PG-13 movies is PG-13 movies are ranked off of sex and language. It's not really violence anymore. Because if you look at, like, you know, when we was growing up, The Matrix, that's rated R #1. And I didn't have really crazy language or sex scenes. It had violence, though. Now we've skewed the other way, especially when you say the F words and things like that, more bullying, cigarette, like all the don't do these type of things. So the main problem I have with it is there's no blood. This is the main issue I have with Wolverines. When you get 2 or 3 Wolverines, this movie is PG-13. I'm not gonna like it. You can't go all the way. And then to me, the best Wolverine was Wolverine when it was rated R. You're seeing everything. So I think that's what lacked a little bit in this movie is he'll kill somebody, but it'd be like, all right, you don't see anything. So that I had an issue with that. Also, they did like this type of Instagram filter that I didn't like, where if I'm the main character, 99% of the time, people are going to pay attention to the main character. True. You don't need to blur out everything behind me as I'm walking up, or when we're shooting certain scenes at the courthouse and things like that. Like, so I didn't understand it. Maybe it was more of the darkness feel that feel like you're like claustrophobic and closed in. If that was the feel they were going for, I'm okay with it. But for me, looking at it as a visual thing, I'm like, why do you need this filter? Because it looks kind of crazy. Now I'm paying attention to that and not the main character, right? Yeah. So that's just how I look at it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it can kind of hurt the eyes a little bit, honestly. Yeah. It's very out of the norm for a superhero movie, like, because it's still a superhero movie. And like I said, I think that's where they were trying to kind of go into a little bit of a psychedelic type movie, but also, like I said, that noir type crime movie where they kind of blur the camera and it'll kind of be from a certain perspective. Hence why we got him narrating, you know what I'm saying? And the narration, I was okay with the narration to a certain degree, but to me, it was a little out of place just because it kind of didn't match with the movie. That's just me, my personal opinion. You guys feel free. I just felt like it kind of didn't match with the movie. So I get where you're coming from with it.
Especially, so let's talk about the costumes. That's part of it. You know, what do you think about, I think if we've seen previous Batmans, I'm just talking to the people out there, you got to change your mindset on what these characters are. Even though they're the same name, they're different. So the Riddler was one of my favorite ones growing up, especially with Jim Carrey, right? So I'm like, oh, I love, now we got a new Riddler. Let's go. He's a different type of Riddler in this movie. Penguin. Oh shit. I love it. It's a different type of Penguin. Catwoman's kind of the same, even though you dive more into her character. And then Batman was the same to me. So you just got to understand that those characters might be a little bit different, but they pick and choose kind of what you love from them. So what do you think about the characters and or the costumes and things like that?
So for one, like I said in my video, you guys go check it out. They never get Batman's costume right. They never get his costume right. To me, they never get his costume right. Like the Batman I want to see, because somebody was talking to me, they were like, wouldn't you just be able to tell that it's Bruce Wayne if you really got close to him? The thing I like about the Batman comic books and even in the TV show, if you look on his mask, his eyes are white. You can never see his eyes, like, and they just don't do that, like, ever. I think they did it like one time in The Dark Knight, but otherwise they don't do that. And so to me, they never get his costume right, because I think that's one of the key things about Batman that makes him kind of scary. Like, you don't get it. But instead, Pattinson had on like makeup, and I'm like, all right, bro, all right, pop off then. But I thought Penguin looked fantastic. Penguin looked just, man, like a gangster, bro. I thought, I thought the way that the mobs were set up and what they like, the attire that they wore, like they had one dude had like a teardrop, which is kind of reminiscing with the drugs, what they were selling. I think it was called teardrop, the drugs that they were like selling or whatever. So I was cool with most of cinematography. Most of the costumes. I did like the Batmobile. Bro, listening to that in the theater.
How much gas do you think that cost to fill that up, boy?
Bruh.
How much diesel?
Let's talk about the amount of people that died on the road,
bro. That car scene, and I loved how they made it realistic, though. Bro. Like these Fast and Furious car scenes, you were like, "Come on, bro, stop this." But this is he driving, running into people, running over, trying to stop, swerve. Like they made it more realistic, and I really like that. I was invested in that car scene.
Yeah. I was just like, man, a lot of people are dying, and he's just getting out the car all cool. I'm like, bro, there's like burning bodies back there, bro. You don't go save somebody, bro. He over here looking like this, bro. He looking like this. I got you, bro. Go save somebody. What are you doing? I'm a little concerned. I was like, this is dope, though. This is dope. He didn't catch you, bro. He didn't get you. So yeah, it was really intense. Definitely intense with the Batmobile scenes. Really liked it.
Two things. He didn't have the Bat voice. He had his normal voice. You know, I know a lot of people hated that in the previous Batmans. sir. You know, he had his normal voice. And then Gotham is back in New York. Sorry, Chicago. They're back in New York. There's even a scene where, you know, they're in Gotham Square Garden instead of Madison Square Garden, right? So they're back in New York if you're wondering about that. So Fame, what do you rank or what do you rate cinematography in this category, man?
Got to give it a 4. Everything was pretty much on point except the costume, like I said. And I can't do 3-hour movies, bro. Like I cannot do that no more. Not unless I can pause it. If I can pause it, cool. But going to the theaters and sitting for 3 hours, bro, that's a long time for me. That's me, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, understand.
I gotta pee. I'm sorry.
Understand. That's why we have different ratings, man. I mean, because we really are trying to represent the people out there. I might like something, you might not, and vice versa. You know, so for me, I'm gonna rate it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed visually how it looked. Like I said, other than the filter, visually how it looked. They kind of changed a couple things. Hand-to-hand combat, plenty of action. I loved, like I said, the different costumes. I just had to retrain my brain that I might have liked it back then, but that's not back then. This is now. So I got to retrain my brain on that. So 4.5 out of 5 for Cornbread on cinematography. Next category, storytelling. I think this is the nitty gritty right here, man.
Here we go.
One thing going into this, I have this problem with Spider-Man and Batman. These are the two problems I have with these new franchises every few years. They retell the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The first 20 minutes is the same story over and over and over and over. Yeah. And I really liked how they didn't tell the same story in this one.
Facts.
This one is, I'm introducing you to a new Batman. And so in this Gotham new world, Batman's being introduced at the same time. People really don't know the Batman. They hear about him, might have seen him, but they really haven't embraced that. Oh, we know who is that Batman? You know, just like what you said, the cops, they know of him, but they're like, bro, we don't need him. Like, who is he? Who is this type of guy? So it's a different type of world or universe, Batman. I really enjoyed that. Also, I'm gonna talk about the inconsistencies, but I want to know more about how you felt about the beginning or the storyline of Batman first.
I will say this. This is a movie, and this is why I hated that it's 3 hours. This is a movie that we're going to have to rewatch multiple times because there's parts in here I know without a doubt that I missed. I don't need to watch a YouTube video or any other person's reviews to see that. Oh, did you know you missed? I know I missed stuff. It's not because I'm slow or I was just not paying attention. There's so much going on in Gotham during the time of this movie going on. And so I'm touching back on what you said. It's not, this is my origins. No, this is stuff's going on in Gotham. There's police corruption. There's political corruption. There's a person, honestly, that sees all this and is trying to make a difference. And it's kind of like, if I have to be the bad guy in order to weed out all of the corruption, so be it. I will be the bad guy. Meanwhile, you have who we see from our eyes as the hero, Batman. And it's like, yeah, he's trying to stop the Riddler because he's up to no good. But it's like, is he really up to no good? And that's the reason why I need to watch it, because it's like, I'm not saying I endorse killing people or like killing is good. Let me say it that way. I'm not saying I endorse killing, but was the Riddler actually killing or going after innocent individuals? And so that's why I was like, man, this is deep. Like, this is like, what is justice? Like, what is justice in this? And so Batman has to find his place in in a city that literally has no justice. So I thought that was incredible. I'll say this, when it comes to this like cat and mouse game with him and the Riddler, and also the increasing intensity with him and the police. One of my favorite scenes is when he wakes up in the police precinct. And somebody grab his mask, and he gets, what's up? Oh, everybody's like, hey, bro, I feel like I was playing Arkham Asylum. Like, bro, he's ready to throw hands with everybody.
Yeah.
Those scenes were so great because I was like, yes, these are people, not main characters, people that are like, bro, I want to smoke with this dude. I don't like him. I don't care for this dude. It's not, it's Batman. Remember in Spider-Man 2, when he passed on the train, everybody just rose him up like
after he like saved everybody.
Yeah, bro, man, bump all that, bro. I don't know you. I don't know you. You didn't come to Gotham Academy with me. I don't know you, bro. So it's like, I I really appreciate the storytelling. I really appreciated it.
So that leads me into some of the inconsistencies that I had with this movie. So
cool.
One of those is what you just said. When he woke up, somebody said take his mask off and he wanted to fight with everybody, right? That scene is phenomenal. But let's talk about how we got there. Okay. First off, this man got blew up by a bomb straight to his face. Nobody decided to take his mask off then because they really didn't like him, right? So like, let's see who this hoodlum is. Facts. No, they let that ride the whole time. I'm like, come on, bro. If we really want to see, he's passed out right in front of us. Take his mask off.
I'll endorse that also because when that happened, that means that Gordon had to have been there to be the first person on scene because you mean to tell me the other cops didn't. Yeah, I got you. Keep going. I got you.
I'm Cornbread. I have to do everything the same, bro. I understand. If I like it or not, I have to rate you the same. The storytelling, that had to get better. Secondly, you have a DA, a district attorney in a club, even though everybody's crooked, right? I'm on board with you. Cool. You have a random waitress come by, sit down, and you spill all the beans about Gotham.
Tell everything, bro.
Shout out to breast cancer month, man. What? That don't even make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. We got to do better of she has to like find a way to seduce him, and then they already know each other. Then she tells that story, right? Or he tells that story to her, not just random. Like, come on, bro. Like that doesn't make sense if we want to keep it in the real life.
Wasn't the DA on drugs though? They were doing that new drug though, weren't they?
They were.
So maybe that's why he was so open. That could be why he was so open and why he was just like. Because I'll say this, like I know going out when you meet just people you don't know, they will give you their whole life. That they'll never tell anybody for years on years. So
that's true. Not when they're under scrutiny though, and in crime and infected though. Like they're not gonna snitch on themselves. They might tell some other shit, but not like that. Like
we could all die. It's like, bro, what do you?
And then another and then other problem I had was there's a whole crime scene. Everybody's there about to pack up. Batman shows up and finds clues and everything. Like, come on, bro. Like, I understand you're Batman, but it's like there's nobody else that could decipher these codes or do these certain things, you know, like Batman knew every clue. So I understand it, but
I think the MacGuffin with that is that he's the world's greatest detective.
Okay.
Even though he's in year 2.
Right.
I think that's the MacGuffin there, that he's the world's greatest detective. Because I get what you're saying, because if you don't like one of the things, that's what we're getting at here. If you don't notice it, when he picks up on a clue, the forensic person immediately starts taking a picture of it. Like, oh, I missed that. Like, bro, like y'all are dumb, bro. Like y'all
been here for 3 hours.
Years on years learning this.
Come on, man. So that was a lot of inconsistencies that I had with storytelling. I think the regular, and it moved very fast, kind of like what you said. It's kind of like a video game. Like this story is moving. Like either catch up because there's other things going on. So I think the main story I didn't have a problem with, but all those side things, especially of the inconsistencies and how did we get here, that's what I had a problem with. Especially with this movie is 3 hours. That means you're not rushed for time. Tell the story if you're going to tell the story, right? So for me in this category, I had to rank it a 3 out of 5, man. I had a problem with how did we get here? Not the main story, especially because I love the Riddler. I love his backstory. I actually like that they did a little twist on the Wayne family, right? Like, were they really good or really bad? You know what I'm saying? So I really like the main story, but how did we get to the beginning and end? I dislike. So 3 out of 5 for me on storytelling. Fame, any more you want to talk about in this category?
I think that before this movie, when Joker came out, they started to expound on the Wayne family and that they just weren't perfect. And the Dark Knight series, they kind of touched on a little bit that the Wayne family was not perfect. And it's like, I do appreciate that. Once again, this is a movie you got to go back and rewatch. And so it's kind of up to you if you decide that that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. For me, I got to give it a 3.5 out of 5. And I say that because, like I said, I will watch Avengers Endgame repeatedly. I can watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier repeatedly. I can watch The Dark Knight repeatedly. But it's like those movies are not 17 hours long. That's my issue. Like, bro, I can't sit here and bro, like, come on, bro. Here we go. Like, here we go. I gotta catch all these clues. Like, here we go. Like that ain't nothing where it's like, come on, boys, we all about to watch the Batman. Like, nah, bro, you gonna be sleeping an hour and 55 minutes in, bro. Like, nah, gotta get a 3.5 out of 5 because you're gonna need to go back and rewatch it, and you're not gonna want to sit through the whole thing.
Understand?
Be real. Nah.
Understand. Next category. Did I get what I bought? Once again, this movie's in theaters. I've heard places are raising the ticket price because maybe they might have limited seating or it's a hot ticket, right? So just be prepared for that. This movie's about $10 to $20, probably depending on where you're at. And what day you go. Obviously, if you're going on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it might be higher than obviously a Tuesday or Wednesday, right? So plan accordingly for what your bank account will allow you. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. So did you get what you bought, man? For me, once again, going into this, if this was rated R, I'm expecting blood, guts, everything. I'm expecting finisher moves, but knowing that it's PG-13, I didn't get that. So that's my fault. I'm not going to fault the movie because they told me I wasn't going to get that, right? So I have to understand that. I'm just more disappointed. I wish it was rated R. Also, Batman has unlimited gadgets. This dude is getting out of everything, which I love. That's how Batman does his thing.
Yeah.
And what's going to increase this category for me is they're all human. We went away from the Fast and Furious effect that all of them are superheroes. These are regular people doing irregular things, trying to save the city. So Catwoman is a regular female. She just does a little moonlighting. You know what I'm saying? Batman's a regular guy. Penguin's a regular guy. The Riddler was a regular guy till he went, you know what I'm saying? So I really enjoy that. No, I'm seeing regular humans like me and you do just tremendous things outside to try to save Gotham. So I really like that, not just Batman versus Superman type of thing, you know? So you got to change your brain on how you think about this character. What you got in this category, fam?
I'll say, yeah, I got what I bought for the fact that I spent about $35.
What you get, man? What did you buy?
So I went on a weekday and I got my ticket. I got like a thing of pizza.
Yeah.
And then I got some Sour Patch and I got Sprite. Because I knew this movie was 3 hours. I'm like, bro, I might as well get a whole meal. All I need is like a porta potty right there. That way I'm good to go, bro. I was ready. So I had all the stuff I needed. So I definitely got what I bought. Don't play with me. I was like 3 hours. I might as well be going on a trip. So let's do it. So I mean, we got the crime element, which is what the previews showed. We did get Batman. I will say that we did get Batman. We didn't get Bruce Wayne. Did we get a superhero movie that we deserved? No. Did we get a crime movie featuring a superhero? Yes, and that's something new to me. I was like, let's do it. I like it. So did I get what I bought? I'll say yeah. I will say yeah.
The best way I can describe this movie to someone, like you said, it'll be Batman, Saw, and Seven. All three of those movies combined.
I've heard somebody else say Seven. That's good. Yeah.
To me, that's kind of like the but I think this is also the first movie. To me, I think if this is the first movie set up for the second one, I think they did good because I want to see the sequel. If let's say they only did this movie, we missing out a lot of pieces, bro. We gotta continue this. So I agree. One of the coldest lines in the movie, he said, "People think I'm hiding in the shadows, but they don't know I am the shadows." I said, "Oh shit." Yeah. That's like when Bane was talking, you know what I'm saying, back in the past couple movies, man. I love that quote, man. So for me, did I get what I bought? I'm gonna get a 4 out of 5. I think there was a little bit room for improvement, but I wasn't disappointed, especially when you get to see the Riddler, even though they changed the Penguin, we got all the characters, and we'll talk about somebody else in the must see. But 4 out of 5 for me. What do you rank this category, fam?
I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. And one of the top reasons it gets a 4 out of 5 is because it kicked Marvel in the balls in this area. They didn't kill their bad guy. It kept him alive for future movies to help boost this franchise. Marvel, I love you, Marvel. Hey, I'm a Marvel fan. But y'all kill y'all villains out like y'all can just, hey, we got plenty in the bank. No, you do not.
Preach.
So hey, y'all did that right with Batman. Didn't kill any of your villains. Well, maybe one, but still, like, y'all didn't kill any of your big villains. Fantastic move. Fantastic move. Thank you, DC. Maybe Marvel will watch and get better, because damn, that was good. That I like.
I like that, man. And so the last category, is it a must see? I'm going to say for my Cornbread review watchers, DC is going to try to go on a tear this year, bro. They're going to try. We're going to see if they're going to do it or not, but they're going to try. They just put out Batman. They're going to put out The Flash. They're going to put out Aquaman. They're going to put out Black Adam. So they're trying. They're trying to go for a push.
Yeah.
And I think for those DC fans, you at least have some content. So at least you can argue, at least with some Marvel fans, right? When you ain't got content, when you're still going back to the Justice League remake, the remake of Justice League. Yeah, but that was also years ago.
Fantastic.
Marvel just put out 55 movies. Like, so
and
for the DC
shows.
listeners, and TV shows, Disney, they cooking DC right now. So DC fans, be patient. This year should be a good year. Also, did we see Joker? When I saw it, I'm hearing him talk. And I'm like, who is that? Who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that? And he starts laughing. I said, oh, that's Joker. I'm signed up. I'm signed up, man. So we don't know. Y'all let us know who you think that is. To me, I think it's the Joker. But I really enjoy that. And one more thing before I let you go, Fame.
Sure. Yeah.
One thing that I noticed with myself is I had low expectations for this movie.
Yes, sir.
So it exceeded it. Compared to The Matrix, I had high expectations and it was underwhelming. So for me, is it a must see? I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. This movie. Definitely seeing it twice makes sense. I would like to see it again just to see what I missed. Yeah, I might like it less or I might like it more, but it's definitely another watch I definitely need for that. So is it a must see? I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. What you got, Fame, in this category?
Is it a must see? I say no.
Okay.
And I say that unless you are a diehard Batman fan and unless you just have time on your hands like that. Okay. Otherwise, you might as well wait till April 19th when it comes on HBO Max.
Okay.
You don't need to go rush out and see this movie. You do not. I will say this though, and this is some fans are gonna kick in the balls with this one. Literally, like yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, DC announced that they were pushing back The Flash and Aquaman to 2023.
Yeah, crazy.
So I was like, oh damn, you guys, this is your year. You guys,
and I think Black Adam too. I think it might have.
I don't know. It might have been Black Adam. I know for sure those two.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, I don't know if they're not trying to compete with Doctor Strange or what, but it's like, you guys low-key could have gone on a run this year. Like you guys could have done, but reshoots are a mug, bro. So I say no, like I said, unless you are a Batman fan, but it doesn't take away that it's a good movie. It's just, you don't need to rush to the theaters to go see this movie because it's not in any shared universe. It's not in the shared universe as Flash, all the other people. It's not in that shared universe. And it's a soft reboot. So it's like, here we go again. So it's like, all right, well, I need to find time to watch this movie. On top of that, the characters in it and the characters that they've hinted at, like you said, Joker, and even Hush, I love Hush, hinted at some of those characters. I'm like, okay, are we going to do the War of Jokes and Riddles? Are we doing the Long Halloween? There's a lot of things they can do with the kind of tone they set for this movie. So it's like, I'm curious where you guys are going to go. And like you said, if this is like, hey, this is just a one and done, kind of like what I think they did with Joker, unless they come up with a sequel, which I hope not. If this is a one and done, then this movie's trash. It's definitely trash because it's like you guys need a sequel to this. And I hate to do it, but I have to compare you to Michael Keaton. I have to compare you to goodness gracious, what's his name? Christian Bale. I have to compare you to Ben Affleck. Is this a must see? Did Pattinson knock it out the park like Keaton did, like Bale did? No, he didn't. It's a great movie though, but I have to compare you to them. I'm sorry. That's
only fair. That's only fair.
You didn't you didn't knock it out the park, my guy. You did great as Batman, but you didn't. Where is he? You didn't do any of that. I didn't get no memorable things except I gotta go back to rewatch it to get memorable. Like, oh, that was hard. That was, but sorry, bro. People cast a big shadow over you. You gotta go crazy, dog. So I give it 3 out of 5, bro.
Okay. In the must-see category. I love it. So our totals for this movie, they lucky I round up. I round up and round down. The Batman, you just made it to 4 out of 5. You just made it by your bat wings. You just made it to 4 out of 5. So Fame, overall, what do you give this movie?
If we round up, it gets a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, mine was 3.8. So he barely
made
it.
Mine was 3.7.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. He barely made it. Barely made it.
That's why I was like calculating again. I'm like, bro, I don't think you made it, bro. It's like in school, like the last test you need to pass to move on.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you raised your hand during class. I'll go ahead and
what's the SAT? You get some points for your name and everything like that. Like, that's kind of what we did, man.
Yeah, so, bro, because those after credits were trash to me. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, so definitely check out my 2022 movies. So far, we are rolling through this. I'm not stopping. Every week, I'm dropping something for you. And I wouldn't be Cornbread without giving y'all a forgotten movie, bro. Come on, man. I'm not playing with y'all. Hopefully, y'all. I have like over 85 videos, man. I'm dropping forgotten movies for y'all every episode. So today we are going to discuss. I always give my guests a choice. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Absolutely. So my movie came out in 2012. 2012 was a hot year for movies, man. I appreciate that. I'm just going to tell you what it is, man. It's The Life of Pi. Go back and watch this movie. This movie tells you about, it's great cinema. Some of the cinema doesn't age well from 2012, but some of it does. Yeah. It's about knowing yourself, courage, different things like that. It's great storytelling from beginning to end. It won awards too. It has Suraj Sharma. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, man. So he's in this Life of Pi. Definitely go back and watch that movie. Fame, what movie did you bring to the Cornbread movie review?
So after watching the Batman, you get that crime horror aspect. You get a killer, criminal, vigilante, whatever you want to call him, leaving little trinkets and notes teasing Batman and stuff. I was like, man, I've seen this before. Mm-hmm. I gotta bring up 2007 Zodiac. Zodiac is, mind you, I watched Zodiac I watched Zodiac in 2020 for the first time. First time I had seen it. I had plenty of time on my hands. Zodiac is stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., and I missed Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. So man, this is pre-Marvel, you guys. This is like before Marvel blew up. These actors, that's what I'm saying. Like RDJ and Mark Ruffalo and a lot of other actors have been good. Mm-hmm. They've been great. Right. So Zodiac is about the Zodiac. It's based on a true story, the Zodiac killer, mm-hmm. where he was killing people for like 10 years. From like the 1960s to the 1970s in the San Francisco Bay Area. And he would leave notes teasing the cops, mm-hmm. Leaving little things to say, hey, da-da-da-da-da. Then it's like, come find me. He'd leave like different kind of encryptions in his killings. You have to decrypt it. And so then what was crazy about the Zodiac killer is that so many people started imitating him. And to this day, they still don't know if they necessarily caught the right guy or knew if it was the right guy. So I think Batman drew a lot of stuff from that. And so I definitely recommend you go see Zodiac. Go check it out. I think it's on Netflix.
I like it. Fame, thank you again for blessing the Cornbread movie review. Please let the people know how they can reach you.
You guys, you can definitely go and reach us on Ridge Streamcast. We are doing a giveaway every month. If you want to sign up, definitely like, subscribe, leave a comment, guys. If you're trying to get prizes, free stuff, we're giving out free stuff. All you gotta do is like and subscribe. Go to Ridge Streamcast on our YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram at uncle_B3N_90. And you can also follow me on my own YouTube channel, Easy XP, where we go ahead and we talk about everything in life that we experience and just how we can level up together. Cornbread, thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate you.
Always. You're always welcome back to the family. And y'all can follow me at Cornbread Movie Review, A Square Podcast. Come on.com. We always drop an episode every week as well. And then on TikTok, Cornbread Movie Review. So we moving through it. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all back again next week. Peace.
Take it easy, y'all.